If I were to use three projects to illustrate how much China has failed in the Belt and Road Initiative project, it would be first the Korgos port in Kazakhstan, Hambantota port in Sri Lanka, and also the East Coast Rail Link in Malaysia. All of these projects illustrate the weakness of BRI being the massive corruption, and that stems from China's approach to work only with local elites. But as long as Beijing genuinely believes that it is able to achieve economic growth without political reforms, the way that it is in China domestically, it will not be able to ideologically formulate a change in the BRI that can actually bring public good to other countries around the world. Because as history shows, long-term developmental path requires both economic growth and political reforms. Unless China is committed to actually promote domestic good governance and then bring such good governance practices to overseas, it is not going to genuinely elevate the positions of many of the BRI host countries the way that these host countries actually believe in when they think they're joining the BRI.
The Chinese do not have a developmental orientation in the way that a World Bank or an IFC would. They have a more commercial orientation. They work as bankers who are interested in delivering project on time and making sure that the returns come on time. And they don't bring their own standards. For example, when the World Bank does a project, they bring very high environmental, social safety standards. China's approach is different. They think that we should have local standards be the guiding principle. Their approach is that we are doing cooperation, not development. There is some statements coming out from China around BRI 2.0, which means that in Beijing, there are serious conversations taking place about what went well, what didn't work well, and how to adopt it. And I think one of the areas where I'm seeing some developments is around what we would call ESG, or environmental, social, and governance standards. It is in China's interest to make sure that the reputational assets that they have with these projects don't become reputational liabilities in the future.